back to the Thursdays Are the Best Days podcast, episode 301. If you put a 2 in between that, it would be 321. And then 1 plus 2 would be 3, but it's a 301. So if you take 0 and divide it by 0, I don't know, calculator stop working.
True.
Well, no, is 0 divided by 0 1? Because it's not. I thought anything divided by 0 is Is 0 divided by 0
I think literally anything divided by 0 is because
Yeah,
0...
but 0 isn't anything. It's the lack of something. Huh.
Result is undefined.
If you take nothing, and that one doesn't make sense. I can understand taking something and dividing it into nothing doesn't make sense, but I would assume taking nothing and dividing it into nothing would just equal nothing.
Yeah, but it's a fucked up nothing. Because you're taking... Because if you take something and divide it by nothing, it's fucked up. If you take something and divide it by 1, you get the thing. If you take nothing and divide it by nothing, that's just like double fucked up. Which doesn't... This is not a three rights make a left. This is not one of them situations.
Oh, yeah.
You never heard that one before?
I have, but I forgot about that one. But you're like lower left than you wanted to be.
Just
in like
time
Washington
it right.
D.C., you can't turn left a lot of places. I remember that from like childhood. My dad and I needed to get like left, and we couldn't. All we could keep doing is going right, but we couldn't even go enough rights to make a left. So like it was annoying.
That sounds annoying.
Oh, okay. So because no one of value has brought it up. Eric was trying to talk to me about the Future Boys trip, and like the current running lead was the Outer Banks, right? So you know.
Sure. Yeah.
So Eric lives in Tennessee, the state next to North Carolina.
Yeah.
Eric's like, I might fly. I don't know. I'm like, what do you mean fly? You have to drive, like, you live on the tip of Tennessee and you're gonna drive to like across North Carolina. How long can that take?
Apparently, I know it can take a long time, but
I look at Google Maps and I have zero belief that like the amount of time it's telling me it would take him to get from where he lives in Tennessee to that side of North Carolina. I just don't believe it. The time doesn't make sense. I don't understand how I can get from like I feel like I can go the same amount of distance and it take like half the time. I forget the hour count, but I think it was like 8 hours. I just don't understand it. 8:39? Standing out in my head.
Working on it.
I could see your eyes doing things, but I was like, there's where he lives in Tennessee. And I'm just gonna put.
Apparently, why am I on fucking take the bus route? It's like 8 hours.
How does it?
7:55.
But it doesn't make any sense. How is the state of North Carolina 8 hours across?
You know, it's.
If I on the prompt of you,
it do be a wide boy. It do be a wide boy.
If I came into this podcast and I was like, oh Bruno, how many hours is it to drive across the state of North Carolina? You would have not come at me with 8 hours.
No, probably not. I probably would have said 6.
I still feel. I don't know. I feel like
fucking states are big. Our country is gigantic.
I don't believe
That's
just
like
don't,
multiple countries in Europe.
Yes. I guess I'm deceived by the. I really don't believe North Carolina is that wide. I think Google Maps is like wrong. I just don't believe that one state is 8 hours across.
Holy shit. You want to know something crazy?
What?
We're about 100 miles, or I'm about 100 miles closer.
Yeah, he literally has to drive horizontally across the state. We're driving down through like three, and he's the one that's farther away. I
That would be such a boring drive.
For him.
No, like for us to go down through Delaware and Maryland, and
I mean, you don't like that drive?
I mean, it's fine. It's just you're sitting on one or the one equivalent forever.
Yeah,
I guess it's not that bad.
but for like 3 minutes you get to
113's
drive.
okay.
3 minutes you get to drive by like the Dover Speedway, and you're like, oh
Yeah,
man,
no,
racetrack.
I'm familiar. Yeah, you do get to see it. That's at the about like 2 hours from home mark, I think.
Yeah, something something close to that. Um. Yeah. And then when you get to like Virginia, you have to go like the bridge underneath the water. I don't know if you ever gone down that far.
No, I haven't. The bridge underneath the water. Are we
Yeah.
talking a
So
tunnel here, or like what's?
yeah, but like yeah, under like the bay, so go to
Okay.
like the edge of the Chesapeake Bay,
Yeah.
like above Norfolk, Virginia.
Yeah.
Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel.
Yeah.
It's a tunnel.
Huh. Neat.
That's kind of cool. You're just like above. You're like
That do
above.
kind of be cool.
Then you're like, "Ooh, where am I going?" I think you're above for a little bit.
Didn't know
I'm
that
like,
was a thing.
yeah, like one minute you're above the water, next minute you're just like going down. Here you go, Bruno. Here you go. Bam. Um. Then you start going down these like walls, and you're like, "Oh shit, what's happening? What's happening?" Then you're under the ocean, bay.
Under the sea.
I guess it's where the bay meets the sea. So you're like
Yeah.
probably saltwater.
Definitely saltwater.
Um, but that's a thing.
Does the Google car not take pictures under in a bridge?
I don't know. It says blue on there.
Oh, it does. Okay.
Oh God.
All right, neat.
So yeah. Then there's nothing else for a while, to be honest with you. So
Like, how many states would we go through? We'd be in Pennsylvania. We'd be in Maryland, Delaware, Virginia,
North
and North
Carolina,
Carolina. Hmm.
couple.
Yeah, like 5 total.
Well, and you wouldn't want to go the other way.
No. Well,
Like
wasn't the other way like through
yeah,
DC?
yeah, which would
Yeah, no, fuck that.
count as an extra state
No,
ish
fuck that.
thing, Ter- territory.
No.
Okay.
The
Um,
traffic around that is always terrible.
I hate going like south.
Yeah.
I enjoy going down to Richmond, but I just hate driving through like that area. Like Fee and I were like, because you start on your left lane and then you have to like fucking veer to the most rightest lane because that's where your exit is, and then you're on the
Yeah.
right lane, then you have to veer to the left lane to get to your exit. And there's like 8 lanes open sometimes, and you're like, God damn. So yeah. Oh man, Bruno, I made a comment to you before we started this about you look like a fire chief with your mustache.
Yep.
I just had to finesse a fire chief.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, more or less, I had to beg him to like to exempt
For
me from a code.
oh, fun.
So we got a new
That's
building,
that's neat.
and that building used to have a lot of wood in it,
Okay,
so there were a sprinkler system.
sure,
But the idea with what we're putting in the building and sprinklers don't get along. Whereas it would be better if it
fair.
just all burnt down than if it got like wet and like got destroyed. Like it's more better. We're better off like having some stuff burn than all the sprinklers make everything wet.
Okay.
As like a pure cost wise, like it would be
Uh
cheaper
huh.
for like a section of stuff to burn versus like the sprinklers be going off and like a ton of shit getting damaged.
You basically need compartmentalized sprinklers or the non-water stuff.
Yeah, so we don't have we got rid of the sprinkler. Well, we're getting approval to get rid of the sprinklers.
Okay,
So
fair.
no sprinklers. Woo! Okay, so I have to provide some other forms of fire remediation,
Suppression.
detection,
Sure. Okay,
detection more than remediation.
fair.
Um, there's two options in a big area. There's beam detectors. I don't know if you've ever dealt with those in your time.
I am familiar with all of them. Yes.
Worst inventions known to man don't fucking work. What?
Yep, they're
Actually, absolutely the most asinine piece of equipment I've ever had to like
pretty
learn the
finicky.
operation. And then heat detectors.
Yeah.
So I've dealt with beam detectors. They were annoying, caused me so much hassle. They caused the fire department hassle. We all agreed in like my PA location, like heat detectors are it. Like they're like whatever, they'll be good enough. Technically, they should only be so high because of heat and blah 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 blah.
Yep.
But the band beam detectors were so shit. It doesn't matter. So new building, new everything from scratch. No sprinklers anymore. Sprinklers. I'm like, oh man, I want heat detectors. And they're like, oh, I don't think we can do those. I'm like, I don't see why we can't. I already have them. They're like, yeah, but like, I don't know if that's code here. I'm like, this is all made up. This is all made up. Just because you say they're not safe doesn't mean they're not safe. I'm using them right here because some dude was pissed off I wasn't using them here, and now I use them here. So I was like I was sending stuff to a guy who was then talking to a fire chief.
Yeah.
But I'm like begging him, being like taking pictures. I'm like, it's safe. I'm I'm trying to help you. Help me help you. I'm like, I don't. You make me put up beam detectors. We have a crane. People are gonna be going up there, waving around, fucking setting these things off. You're gonna be pissed at me. You're gonna be pissed at me, being like, why the hell are you doing this? And be like, I told you. I just wanted heat detectors. You're over here being like, oh, not up to code. Oh man. Oh geez, Nick. Fucking pissed off. Stop calling us out here. Be like, I didn't want to call you out here, bud.
Ah,
So
love
I finally
hearing
got the
automatic
email
fire
today that
alarms.
he's like, ah, we'll let you use heat detectors. And I'm like over here going like,
It's not like you're trying to not use anything. You're just trying to use the thing that works for you.
I don't want you guys to come out because then you just get mad at me when you come out.
Yeah.
Oh, why they? Oh, we want things to come off when things are happening. Okay, fuck. Someone. You wanted a smoke detector in the bathroom, and now someone used too much Febreze and it went off. Now I'm the bad guy. Now you're upset with me. Like what?
Yeah.
I haven't
No,
done it
I
yet.
mean I get it.
I think heat detectors. They specifically want smoke detectors in bathrooms is code, but again I find that super dumb. I think it's so people don't smoke and stuff in the bathroom. Yeah, but like again,
Yeah, I don't know.
when someone sprays too much Febreze, then it fucking pisses everyone off. I don't know. So I had my win with the fire chief,
Fun. Nice.
but it took like 3-4 months because they just don't like. You know what the funny part is?
What's that?
So there's two different. I'm not in charge of not. I'm not in charge of undoing the sprinklers. Undoing the sprinklers is not me,
Okay.
but the new fire system is me.
Okay.
But we have to both. I had to get some approval from a fire chief to like let us do heat detectors, and another company and the other dude that's in charge of like undoing the sprinklers is probably harassing the same fire chief
Yep,
to get him to get the
probably.
approval for the sprinklers. But I got my approval first. But I think he's built. I think he's being. I think he's being
You
like harassed by
probably
two different fire.
made the job for the other guy a lot harder.
Yeah, because like we were like, oh man, hey, can you like approve this? Can you approve this? Please approve this. And then like,
Yeah. And then
so
he's going to be saying, "Oh, can you please let me rip all this shit out?"
yeah, but I won. I got there first. Um, but yeah, I hate fire. Dumbest fucking system in the world. That was my. That was like that was one of those victories that made my week. Like,
Yeah.
oh man, everything just kind of like fell into place. Everything's coming up, Nick. When I got that email this morning. Um, but yeah, that was that. Um, and we've been slacking on this, and I can't do it this week because I've forgotten what my scores are. But we do need to put down on our calendars. We do need to review Big Booty Mix 24.
We do. I'm glad you don't want to do it this week because I kind of forget what my scores would be, so I would have to listen to it again.
I need to listen to it, and I need to also jot down all the um uh
Sound
I
clips?
forgot. Yeah, sound clips.
Okay. Do you wanna say we'll do it next week?
I want to say we'll do it next week. What happened was we were gonna do it the one week, then Juan and Eric decided to show up, and I was
I
like, well,
I'm aware, and then
it was like a couple weeks. I kept forgetting about bringing it up
it
because
was
it was like,
300, and that fucking everybody was here, and
yeah.
yeah, no,
So
I or not 300 wasn't everybody. It was just I
it
don't
was
know what
preemptively
300 was.
everyone.
Yeah,
It was through, yeah. So yes, I it's on my list of things. I do like the one. I do like it as a preemptive review of it. It's one of
sure.
it's gonna I think it's gonna land up there when I do the final scores. But I don't want to I don't want to dive too deep. I don't want to go in too far.
Okay.
Um so did have a thing.
What kind of thing?
So weekly Helldivers topic.
Okay.
So yesterday I was playing
Democracy.
on I've been playing a lot of Helldivers, so I'm pretty versed in like difficulties.
Sure.
I can do an 8. I like a 7. I like a 7 because it's like just enough for me to want to do like 3 back-to-back missions.
Yeah.
I think an 8 is like on a night where like I know all the 4 people in the party and are talking and it can be a fun thing, whatever.
Sure.
Fuck a 9. Fuck 9. I don't need 10 Bile
No.
Titans
No.
chasing me down.
We don't. I don't need that shit.
It just
If you want to do a 9 to say you've done a 9, great. We can make that happen. But we ain't full clearing. We ain't getting all the shit. We're running there and running out and getting in the fucking boat because we're out of here.
Pelican 1 better drop quick. So,
And
played with
there's
a
lots of cheese that happens with a 9.
lot of cheese.
Like, Bile Titans, there's 5 of them. I ain't killing them. I'm just running.
No. Maybe now with the eats though, you may been pounding those eats down.
The eats are good. The
Oh, lost you.
the uh, the button. The expendable anti-tank launcher.
Yeah,
Good. Good
good
stuff.
and
But
quick.
that's why it's good.
Yeah. Um.
I saw a post the other day that was like, make the Gatling Sentry good again. And it was some dude saying like, give it a timer like to eat. Make me call it all the time.
Oh my god, I feel so bad calling it down because I'm like, well, I might want it in like 2 minutes. It's
Yeah.
like a stupid
No.
cooldown.
Give me like a 60-second cooldown and it would be good.
It's like let me throw it in the middle. I'm trying to clear a nest. Throw it down. Help keep things off my back, and then
Yeah.
bam. I don't need a ton of
Like
ammo. Just like let me throw
like
some
oh,
nades.
I got a lot of shit swarming me. Great. Huck this thing like 45 degrees that way. We're good. Those eats though, on cooldown, wherever I am. I'm just hucking them.
Um,
If I need them, I'll run to them. You know?
yeah, I drop them down at the beginning still. I put one on my back, and then just like
Sure.
leave the other one for later, and then like
Yeah. I bet
map.
if we both have eats in a match and we at the end look at the map, there would be those things fucking everywhere.
Scattered. Um, so new player playing with level 2, the basic B2 statagrams,
Yep.
data gems.
Yep.
Bro, level 4 is like a different goddamn world. I
Yeah.
remember when we first played that game
Like
and
I think
everything was
level
like,
4 is where I started.
yeah, and like that felt intense. I'm playing it now being
Yeah.
like the one mission is like clear a Bile Titan. I'm like, what do you mean just one? Like that's the big main objective is clear one Bile Titan. Meanwhile, when we go back
Yeah.
to 7 or 8, we're just like, oh, there's 4 Bile Titans over here.
It's like god damn it. No. We learned that the Bile Titan is not the enemy. It's the Chargers. That's what we
Bro,
learned.
8 fucking chargers coming after you, be like, help. I was like, I have nothing to help you, bud. Just die.
Yeah.
Just die. But yeah, it's a crazy.
But
I don't know. I was
eight,
still dying because like the chargers are still bullshit on any level.
sure.
Like there's only so much you can do with an enemy that's gonna 360 no scope you as you try to dive out the way.
Yeah.
But it was just such a crazy world of like running
You ever
around.
get like caught when they're doing their little 360 and get flung?
Oh yeah, and then you're like trying to get up and it charges you again and just stomps on you and you're like,
No, that
okay.
he flings you, slams you into a rock, and then the second one just runs you over and kills you.
The one that you don't even know was like around is just like, oh man.
Yep. Yep.
Weirdly enough, anytime I would ping something, there was like one or two of the randos we played with, like because I was level 47, just decided to do what I pinged.
Uh, I mean, fair.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, this man keeps running everywhere I ping. It was a good time. I I wasn't expecting to want to play 2.5 hours of level 4, but I played like 2.5 hours of level 4, maybe
I
2.
mean,
It was like 2ish.
it's still. It's not like it's nothing. It's still enjoyable. I remember when we stepped back, I decided to take the laser dog instead of the shield, and I basically could just walk anywhere and it'd be fine.
Yeah, except you keep like roasting yourself.
Yeah, it's fine.
And, um, I just want I think I'm gonna like hold up on it because I think they're gonna introduce a new race. I don't want to be burnt out for like when they drop the new race. I want to be like
Okay,
headlong.
fair.
I want to be able to hit that hard.
Did
Um,
they?
they did a patch today that was not good.
What did they break now?
Democracy.
They broke the democracy?
They literally broke the mechanism of where we can actually spread democracy. So everything was just like ticking down because we had no ability to like in a quite literal sense, you couldn't like cause like liberation to happen. So they broke democracy.
That's
So you can't do like no one. They're like kind of hard to do the major order when you can't like actually do anything. So
huh.
they supposedly fixed a bunch of stuff by breaking a lot of stuff.
That sucks.
Yeah, Dying Light too.
I went to Steam and found out that Dying Light has a board game on Kickstarter.
What? No, Dying. What?
Dying Light, the zombie one, the co-op zombie game.
Okay, not Dead by Daylight.
No,
I can see the. Okay, what?
what the fuck?
Huh?
Show me something,
Is Kickstarter bad now?
bro. I don't know. I just want to see like cool pictures.
So like, what type of? I guess I could see it being. I guess I could see it being maybe a good board game. Oh
It looked
god.
like a cool board, which is why I'm looking. Like that's a kind of neat looking board.
Oh my god. I
But
do like it.
also
It does look
like,
cool. Setting up is probably a bitch.
yeah,
Wait, can you go up for a second? Based on the best-selling series, but places 1 to 4 players in roles of runners, daredevils, and outlaws. With it,
new skills, new equipment,
interesting.
a parkour and combat system. Neat.
I guess it's maybe like a weird like area. Like I guess you probably
Modular
have like
city map with 3D structures.
um. I'm sure it probably plays well, and I probably would enjoy it. I don't understand how the system of like I at base I can't tell you how a system would work like this. I don't know of any game equivalent to this that I could like relay what it might be like. And I'm no board game expert by any means by the imagination, but I have played a few board games. Um, so I'm interested. I'll be interested maybe to see it like play. Does it say when it's like what is it? What do they need to fund it?
Delivery is June 24.
It's not too far away.
Also, the VM might have just died.
Oh.
Oh, no, we're okay. Never mind.
Um. Yeah. I mean, I think these are crazy fucking prices. Well, I guess you're getting a lot of shit. What's the most you ever?
Apparently, this has been doing pretty well if they're at like over 1 million. Jesus. I
Um. You ever do successful Kickstarters?
don't think I've ever did a Kickstarter for anything.
Really? You've never done a Kickstarter for anything?
I don't think so.
What? All your years on the internet.
I don't think ever. No.
All your years on the internet. You've never Kickstarted even like a goddamn like weird,
I cannot think of a single thing. No.
not like a headphone stand. Like
Nothing.
that's crazy to me. There's nothing that's ever caught your eye.
I
I
don't think
tried to
so.
kickstart a video game that looked really cool, but then it got like 1% towards their goal. Like a YouTuber, I don't know if they paid people to do it. One YouTuber like did a video on it. I'm like, oh, that looks kind of cool. It's kind of like a neat like it was like a floating islands concept game where you like the islands were being corrupted and you have to like uncorrupt the islands. It looked like a game of its time. Kind of cool. Kind of
Sure.
fun. He's like, "Oh, better get to the Kickstarter. It only has like a week left, and it's not near its goal." I thought like, "Oh man, this guy will help get it kickstarted up, and it'll get funded like last minute. Everyone will be happy." God, nowhere fucking close. Game never came out.
That sucks.
Yeah,
And that sucks to see too because it's probably somebody's like life that they've devoted to this product.
it looked good. Let me see if I can find the game. Uh, in the what?
Steam sale going on right now. Did you buy anything?
No. Is it? Uh, sorry. I was trying to search for this game. Is it still this week? I
It
don't
ends
feel like
tomorrow.
ah. There are a couple games that I thought I'm still of the mind that Steam sales. I get it. They used to have like 85% off games, but now those same games are still. I'm still of the volition that the Steam sales aren't bad anymore. We just own all the games we want. We don't wait for the Steam sales to get them.
I think that it's a combination.
I know they used to
I
drop
think that
like
that happens a lot, but I also think that like they're not the same discounts. Like Dicey Dungeons, a 5-year-old game, would not be 50% off in the old days. It'd be like
would
75 to 90. I'm just saying.
yeah, but they gotta eat nowadays.
And That's why I'm saying it's a combination of both. Also, I've been like waiting for this one game that's really stupid to go really on sale so
Mhm.
that I can buy it, and it just doesn't ever go on sale.
Well, you know.
It's called the bus. You drive a bus. I just think it would be hilarious if I hopped in Discord one day or like started making my way up through the channels, getting to the voice channel with everybody, start a
Mhm.
stream, and it's just me looking at the door of the bus waiting for people to get on.
Hop on in. We're going for
I
a
would,
ride.
Eric would be giggling up a storm if I pulled that.
That's the game that never got funded. If it came out, I never remember seeing it, but it did. The Kickstarter did fail.
I'll have to look at it a little bit. It looks that still from the trailer looks cool.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I don't. Can you see backers?
You can see numbers. Yeah, I don't know if individuals
Uh, you would see me.
for the full game or something fancy.
I think I did like. I thought I did like the $14 one.
Okay.
Or no, I might have done the 25 because I thought at the time it was like, oh my god, I could get my name in a game. It
I
was
could see that
14
being
or
cool if it looked neat.
it was 4 or 20, 14 or 25, but I don't remember. Um, yeah, that was my Kickstarter. Didn't Other than that, I feel like I don't see Kickstarters as much. I mean, there definitely exist, but I don't feel like I'm sent Kickstarters as much anymore.
Fair.
Um,
You know, it'd be like that.
ooh, speaking of games, kind of games. Um, do you still do the connections somewhat daily at all? Maybe every couple days you remember to do
It's
it?
a when I remember kind of thing for me. It's not
Okay.
fully in the rotation because I forget. I tried it today. I actually just thought about it like I don't know, 20 minutes ago. Tried it or more than 20 cuz it was before the podcast, but fucking thing was hard today.
I failed.
So did I.
Did you get the Italian thing? Because I couldn't
No.
even understand. I couldn't even understand what the category it was. I was like, these are Italian things. I'm like, I guess they're like, well, no. I was like,
Well,
Neapolitan isn't that French? I was like, I don't know.
I I saw bolognese and parmesan and I was like, okay, they're in a category, but I don't know what the fuck else goes in the category.
Well, because I saw Neapolitan, I'm like, I think that's French. Because like, but I guess that was somehow Italian, like a prefix.
I was also mad at it for some reason too. I couldn't remember what was I mad about.
Some days are like things just click, and other days I'm like, I'm sitting there like I don't understand words.
All right, let's play. Um okay, I went Jumbotron. What did I do? I went like this, I think. Jumbotron, Kiss Cam, Skybox, Scoreboard, and I was like, okay, those are in a stadium.
Yep,
And I was wrong.
right. Because they
Because it's
wanted. I
not
was
Kiss
like,
Cam, it's fucking AstroTurf.
that was the same thing I did as well.
And then I was like, okay.
Well, then I went. So I was like Kiss Cam, Polaroid. So I was thinking like selfie. So I was trying to put together like, oh, are these like
So
pictures?
I went, I know that Fujifilm was probably in there, but I was also like, is it like Mount stuff? Like Mount
Oh my god.
Olympus, Mount Rushmore?
You know how much time I spent thinking of that one? That was 10
Uh
minutes of my life. I'm like, what the fuck is
huh.
Venetian? Mount Venetian? Is that like a
Yep, nope, same page.
Mount Parmesan? I'm like, oh, is this like some like joke mountain of like Parmesan when you do like a salad at Olive Garden?
Yep.
I don't know.
I don't, I think I got,
This was it. This is what I got. This is what I got.
Yeah, no, and then like creamsicle Neapolitan, I was fucked on that for a long time.
How is creamsicle fucking like an Italian prefilly? That's a no. Creamsicle is a band or rock? No.
So I know that one of them is cameras. So it's Olympus, Polaroid, Fujifilm, and I
Journey?
think Hasselblad.
Oh yeah. That's supposed to be the
I didn't
fucking
get
easy one.
I didn't get that,
That's supposed to be
but
the easy one.
no, I didn't get that. I don't think. Yeah, I think I only got the yellow one, and it took some mistakes because of the whole kiss cam thing.
Mm-hmm.
So and then one of these. So you got bolognese, Neapolitan, Parmesan, and Venetian,
Yeah.
and that's I don't even know what a demonym is.
Fuck. Oh.
A noun used to denote the natives or inhabitants of a particular country. Yeah, okay. Screw you.
Wait, bolognese? What the fuck's bolognese? Is that not? Is it?
Spaghetti and meat sauce.
Yeah, but is there a bolognese place? Because that said it was like it's used to describe a person. Like a Venetian is like someone from Venice. Neapolitan is from I don't know, whatever Neapol.
Really?
Is that not what this is saying?
You can be a Parmesan?
I apparently I don't know. Fucking like I'm supposed to understand that.
All right, I'm gonna look into that in a second. And then this, whatever this prompt is, sucked.
I don't know music.
Starting with rock bands. I mean, I guess I there's a rock band called Cream. I mean, I know Journey, Kiss, and Rush, but Cream? And how are you supposed to get that?
That one's bullshit.
Yeah. Okay. What the hell is a bolognese?
From the Bolognese section of fucking Italy, apparently. Apparently their whole life revolves around like isn't that like what is isn't that like noodles in like wrapped in meat?
A habitational name for someone from Bologna. All right. I
No,
guess you can be bolognese.
Bolognese is something different than I was thinking. It's just meat spaghetti.
That's I told you that a second ago.
I know, but whatever. Sorry, did you do the Parmesan one yet? What is how can you be
I
a
will
block of
find out.
cheese?
Well,
Oh, you're married.
it's probably like a place that has a type of cheese that they named, and it's Parma. It's a city in northern Italian region known for its prosciutto and cheese, and music and architecture.
Those are the most bullshit fucking connections I've ever seen in my life. Um, these I haven't watched it yet. I completely forgot till now. These are the days I like love watching the guy that's really good at these puzzles. But what's gonna happen is he's gonna do it in like 5 seconds, being like, "Oh wow, you let me get the hard category first. Creamsicle, that's a rock band. Oh, so is Rush Kiss this?" And I'll be like, "What do you mean you just got that?"
Are you talking about NL?
No, no, this other guy I watch. This guy is Chris Romano.
Fair, okay.
He does like he does like every day's
With a last name like Romano, he might know the cheese thing.
he does like the daily crossword puzzle. Like
Gotcha.
and he does. So I was this whole thing was to get you on. Have you tried Strands yet?
Strands. Um,
That's
no.
like it's actually pseudo recently new. Like I would say it's less than a month that they've had it out as a game. I think it's still called like technically in beta.
I don't think so.
I was gonna
Oh,
pitch it.
what the fuck is this?
I was gonna pitch it to you that I enjoy it. I've been having fun with it, and it's a thinker, and but it's not that hard. It's hard, but it's not that hard. Like you can technically brute force it where you don't have to know things. You just have to like find things. I can explain it if you want, or you're reading.
Nah, I'm looking at it right now. Does it always start left to right?
No, so like a
Oh
solve,
fuck.
it can be like that. Like in there, I think is what today's was like 6 words,
8.
8, and they can be like in weird patterns. One of the words, like you have a hint of what the theme is, but the spanogram, which goes from at least one side to the other or top to bottom, is like the actual theme. It's not. It's pretty like on the nose of what you're looking for.
Okay. This
Um,
board seems huge.
and there's no excess space, so every letter needs used in a word. So it's not like there's deceiving letters.
There's no hold on a second.
So every letter is used
Every letter in this board is used?
in a word. Yes. There's no when if you
This
finish
is
and find
6 by 8.
if you finish the thing, you will have used every letter and no letters twice.
What the fuck? Back and
Look,
forth?
so that's the hint of the
I
theme.
know. I know. Huh.
But it took me until like the fourth or fifth word that and it took me like the fourth or fifth word to realize what was that actually meaning of back and forth.
Okay.
I was like, oh man, today's one of these toughies. Someone else is gonna struggle with it. But the minute I watch someone else do it, they were like, oh man, I see what the theme is right away, and I'm like, oh, maybe I'm just dumb. I think it's a fun one.
Fair.
So don't know if it might get into your kind of think about it revenue, but
I looking at this one, I'm going to say probably not. But
um,
maybe it will.
I think I haven't gotten the whole way through. So of late, I've been working out to Northern Lion doing the doles. So every day I get like 20 minutes of it. He releases like an hour and a half dole,
Yeah.
and through the week I watch the whole thing.
Okay.
Right now, today was just so much film shit. It was just so much film shit.
I mean, that's what he loves, so.
I know, but like once you get into like the like hour mark, it starts to get to like the weird film
Oh no,
stuff, and
I
it's
know.
like
Yeah.
fucking Hugh Jackman and this Courtney Love, what movies in 2014 that have low percentage? You think I should pick this? You should, but they were actually co-starred in this small movie from 1967 that fucking he was a background character that was promoted to a main character, and it's like okay, I know, just move on.
Okay. All right. So I found some words in this thing until it let me click the hint button,
Hmm.
and now it gave me the hint of noon. So now I'm just upset
What? Why are you upset?
because I'm like scouring this fucking thing for long words, and it gives me this 4-letter word that uses 2 goddamn letters just up in a tiny little corner.
Yeah,
And I'm just.
I mean, with everything you just told me, you basically figured it out without putting the pieces together. Like that one hint should send you flying if you can match that to the theme.
Yeah, no, I get that, but. Okay.
You got time, Bruno. Don't worry about it.
I do probably have time.
I got I got a word super quickly that I was like, oh, this isn't gonna be a word. I like started off super hot. I started off like first or second click was a word. I'm like, what? And that word had nothing to do with back and forth. Well, it kind of had something to do with back and forth. I'm like, oh, I guess I'm not understanding what they meant. Like, I guess, like, okay. And then the second word really threw me off. I'm like, what are we talking about here? And I just went off on a huge tangent of like, I'm so confused how, like, I guess these are kind of related, but I don't see it. Um, it wasn't too, I took a hint. I got a third word. I'm like, I couldn't figure out anything else. I walked away and like midway through my walk, it hit me. I'm like, oh, fuck, that's why that word was hinted to me. And then it all clicked. I came back from my walk. I finished the puzzle. I moved on with my life.
I bet
Um,
that's probably what it'll end up being.
yeah. So just a little fun for you. Or am I trying to? I'm trying to, and I'm trying. I'm not trying to be Northern Lion, but I definitely want to increase my like my random brain thinking trivia skills.
You know, watched Jeopardy a couple times lately, and it's show makes me feel real dumb.
Watching a lot of Jeopardy.
It's just been around, and it's God. It makes me feel dumb.
Yeah. I would struggle enough without having to answer everything as a question. That's what really throws me off. Is like I'm already over here struggling with like what an answer would be, let alone wording your
And
answer
then
as
they
a
answer
question.
them so quick that it's like I can't even process the question by the time they're done.
Yeah, it needs a pause button. Needs a dumb person pause button. Um, that was that. That was that. Um, not really any. Oh, can we talk about how funny the fucking Botas ad was for F1?
That was great. That was a great ad. I don't think we would have got that with Mercedes. So
You know what the sad part is?
what's that?
Could be the last year on the grid for him.
That is sad.
Like and it's like there's no clear area of where he might go. I mean, he always end up somewhere, but there's no like clear area where he could end up. And I mean, he already
Yeah,
does so many. He's kind of older. He does all this other shit. Like it's not like his this is his only thing in life. So like I think he would, and I think he would give it up to do more of like the biking, more of the other things he does. So
yeah,
I, he's gotten real fun the last couple years, and
sure has.
the Aussie car was a real like mwah, kiss.
It was good.
The the fucking the mullet, whatever. Um, what else? Nothing too much. Did you enjoy? Did you
Okay,
enjoy the
I now
what?
don't understand this fucking thing.
Don't understand
Nope.
why?
My hint does not make sense to me whatsoever.
What is your hint?
IVCIC? Am I supposed to? I need. I'm assuming I need to add more to this.
No, that's just a word.
I, I've tried it. I guess I need to try different spellings.
Eric Rice, Derek,
What? What?
watermelon.
You, you're making this harsher.
Eric.
Oh.
With those letters, uh, the first things that come to mind is Eric Rice.
Okay, a
Second thing,
civic. Got it. I now am having a hard time understanding what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing.
well, again, today's theme threw me off so hard.
I now understand the theme,
Yeah,
but that
you're
doesn't.
that makes once you understand the theme, it makes everything easier because you know what you need to be looking for.
Sure, but I don't understand the puzzle either right now. I'll get there.
So I will say it's annoying that the word to describe the theme itself isn't what the theme is.
I mean, it's what's the word for these things? It's
Starts with a
I don't
P.
a palindrome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Palindrome describes a word that can be spelled frontwards and backwards.
yeah. They
But isn't
gotta
a
be.
palindrome? It should be a palindrome itself. If you're gonna describe, if you're gonna have a word describe a situation,
It's
it
a
itself
great
should be
point.
that situation.
It's a
Am I
great point.
right? So like the theme word isn't even. It's not even like a
It's probably
palindrome.
some
Isn't a
dude's
palindrome?
name. Comes from Greek palindromos, meaning running back again. Okay,
Well,
so there you go. It's a
we could have
word
fucking
in
figured
some other language that
we could have figured out a different fucking word because then a palindrome could be a palindrome.
is this gonna be like a wave coming down? Is that how this works?
It's you're overthinking. You're just
I
overthinking
I
it.
know I fucking am.
Do I need to like find a picture of a completed puzzle so you can
No, it's okay. I'll figure it out.
like a
I'm
completed
looking for
puzzle?
race car because it's got to be the fuck on here somewhere.
Like here you go. That's what like
I
a
don't
com-
understand how I'm gonna finish this whole goddamn thing with 8 words.
well they took 8 words and they put it like not finished with 8 words. Like
How it's gonna be completed with 8 words
it
blows my
just
mind.
I mean the some of the words are like different lengths.
I know.
How many words did you have? Like four already.
I no. I have two.
Oh, I thought you had like four.
No, two. I have noon and civic. That's it.
You, I mean, look for race car. I don't know.
I'm telling you that I'm looking
There's like
for it.
four R's. There's like only four R's. Just find two of them.
There's a lot of R's.
How many C's are there? There like I don't remember there being that many C's.
That might be the thing.
So I don't know. See, it's already hooking you. This could become in the part of the think about it rotation because it's just a good thinker.
Found it.
Okay. You want to know something fun? I don't think
Sure.
there's a single S in today's puzzle.
Nope. There's not.
You know how many words I tried to spell before I figured everything out with an S? So many. I'm like, oh, where's this S? Oh, apparently this isn't the word. Bullshit. Yesterday's had like Z's in them. I'm like, what the hell has a Z in it? I had to go through my mind database of every word that has a Z in it, like 5 at most. This entire universe that had Z
All
in it.
right. There's a couple letters in here that are throwing me off. Okay. These K's, they're a problem. This V, I don't like it.
Oh, see, the K's, I fucking whipped that one right off the bat. That was the one I started with. I fucking just nailed those K's so far down. And that's what got me confused because I'm like, I hit it and I just couldn't remember it or figure it out.
Okay, got the K's. K's are figured out. It's kayak.
Imagine
Got
that,
it.
yeah. Imagine that being your first fucking word. You're like back and forth. I'm like, oh, is this like rowing? I'm like, is it like swaying? There's lean in there. It wasn't lean. I'm like, well, like a kayak can go back and forth. Leaning is going back and forth. Like I was trying to make list for the longest time because I'm like, oh, you're
Okay.
listing.
It helps when stuff is like blocked off now. Now
Yeah,
now we're moving.
it does pick up. Um,
There's a lot of fucking L's in here though. What am I doing with all these L's?
yeah. I don't know what you're gonna do with them all. You're gonna be like, oh,
Lee.
yeah. Um, What else did I have? What else did I? No, not that. Dumb. Did I have something saved? Oh no, that was the big bug. No, I already talked about the big bug. Oh, I think I made a comment to you. Lost power today, apparently.
Really?
Yeah, man, I was like, "Ah, we don't got power." I'm like, oh man, shut off my computer. Then when I was driving home from work, I saw all the trucks parked in a cornfield, like, um,
Yeah.
like
I
a
mean,
whole like,
it was kind of windy these past couple days, I would say.
yeah.
So it happens.
Um, but they got it up quick. That was nice.
It's
The
good.
oh man, so there's a couple local breweries around me that I do like their beers from. And I was
Okay.
like, oh, this weekend I wanted to get a beer for St. Patrick's Day, just so I had something to drink on St. Patrick's Day.
Okay. Did they make something green?
No, I didn't need a green one. I just wanted something I like would like. So I went to the one beer distributor that had some like more local stuff than like just generic like Bush and like Bud. Um, man, someone needs to give here because like a 4 pack of the one beer from the one thing I like was $16. It was $4 a can.
That's
Like the tall
crazy.
boys. Yeah. What'd you get?
Level.
Level level.
I was looking at L's and thinking, how the hell do I get L's? And thought a level.
Yeah.
Now I'm looking at this thing and I don't know what the fuck is gonna go here.
Uh,
So do I
fe-
have to?
I
Oh,
feel
I
like
see. I see. Palindrome. Okay. So I type that because that's. So is the yellow, the crossy word? Is that? I didn't realize it was gonna be a word. I guess is my thing. Is that always the descriptor for the theme?
yeah, it's supposed to describe the theme better than like the hint.
Okay.
Um, what was the other? So
I don't know how much I like it.
you're over here like it's like keeping you entertained, getting your brain thinking. I
I
don't know.
know, but I don't. It's. I don't know. I guess I can try again in an hour.
I'm trying to find. There was one the other day. How do connection. Chris Remo. What was the strands? Was this one? No, world peace was yesterday. Um, so the 16th, so 6 days, 4 days ago,
Yeah.
the theme was grow up. Um, uh,
Grow up or throw up?
grow up. G R
Okay.
O
Yep.
W
Mm-hmm.
U P. So the middle word, which was this spanagram, was parenthood,
Okay.
and then on one side, like on one side was the word baby, on the like right side was the word adult, and there was like that for a bunch of words. So on like the left side was tadpole, the right side was frog. So
Okay.
they can get fun like that.
I mean, that sounds cool.
But you had to understand that like parenthood was in the middle and that meant grow up. So you went
Yeah.
from a
It's from
baby
small
to
to
an
big.
adult.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like the parent, so an adult is the parent to a baby, a frog is the parent to a tadpole.
Yeah.
I forget what the other ones were. So again, it's not that parenthood was the theme, but it matched with like the grow up. So
Sure.
I don't. How about you play it? How about you try to
I'm
play
gonna
it once or
try.
twice before the
Yeah.
next
No.
podcast, and then like you know,
I will try to remember to.
if as long as um the whatever the connections don't piss you off too much.
Some of those connections have been terrible. And then
I
other
think I'm
times
just
I get it in like 30 seconds. And it's like,
I think I'm just
what's the
dumb.
change? Is there like Free Friday or something where they make it easy for everybody?
If they only needed me to get one thing, I can kill it. I can always get one.
Sure, yeah. I'm with you.
I've one time got zero and I felt really dumb, but I was like doubling down on the one being a category. I think I was like, this is a fucking
Yeah.
category. I'm gonna figure it out if it costs me everything. Um,
I think I'm pretty good at picking two out of every category, I would say.
yeah.
Like I could be like, these two are in a category, these two are in a category, these two are in a category.
I typically solve them a couple days ahead of NL when I watch him do the dulls then, and I watch him in the past like tau ow ow only o is the only vowel. O words with only O's.
And he's
He like
thinking
us.
about stuff that I'll never in my life think about on these things.
I know, but like his brain goes into such a tizzy, like figuring it all out.
Yeah.
And then he's like, chat, tell me I'm wrong, chat, tell me I'm wrong. What was it? I think I was really pissed off the other day that like I was watching him and he went on I was like just trying to enjoy him doing these dulls and he went on like almost a 15-minute rant about his like Disney cruise. I'm like just trying to like bud, I'm just trying to work out here. Just solve the goddamn like puzzle and move on. But he's like, oh man, on the crew, the kids are being duped because they're just seeing this guy dressed in a costume and they're like, oh wow, look at me. I'm just sitting here like, wow. The parents are all eyeing each other up or just looking at each other at Costco. Like, there's no Costco on the cruise. I'm just like saying like, Jesus Christ, then I'll move on, pivot. I don't know. I can't get the remote because I'm in the middle of like working out and I can't like fast forward. So I don't know. That's my own cross to bear. Um, you got anything going on this week?
Mm, nope. Nothing going on. I don't
Started
think
any new
so.
shows?
No
New
new
books?
shows. New books did happen. Um, right now I'm reading something that I read the manga of, and I'm probably going to end up being very upset because they seem to be about the same spot, and I was
Mm-hmm.
hoping to get like ahead of it, and that didn't happen. Um, I finished a book that was one of those stupid stories, but turned out to be pretty good. Looking forward to more of those. The best thing happened though. So I had 5 books, read those 5, and was like, damn, I don't get any more of these. When do I get more of these? And then I looked it up and I was like, I should have another one of these. So I went back, found it, and read it. It's like when you get
Yeah.
that extra bit that came out while between when you started and when you finished that you didn't know about.
Um. Oh, what was I? Oh, we're only 3 weeks away from us being able to watch a show again together.
Is that the Red and Writ one?
Yeah, they're almost
Nice.
done.
I want to watch Free Aaron or Freerin. I don't know how that's pronounced.
It's been a while since you and me watched a show together though.
It has been. Has been a while.
So
Been a while.
well, that's that. I think we can pretty much end it there if you want.
Alrighty. Sounds good to
Because
me.
that's all we have for this week's episode of Thursdays Are the Best Days podcast. Thanks for listening and goodbye.
See you later.